Damien, can I get your reaction to a Dublin Derby win?
Obviously over the moon, delighted. Probably take me a bit longer to go to sleep tonight. We're all still kids at heart, excited, proud, and here, forget about me, absolutely deserved. First half, maybe slightly hesitant again, but I still thought it was a dominant enough display, didn't feel under any threat. And then second half, we just asked for obviously more gears, play higher up the pitch, control counter-attacks. And here it's probably not a nice word, but just to suffocate them. And they did that. And it was the first time probably this season where I looked at them and our guys, our team, and thought, yeah, you're playing like champions. And they did that, that's why they won the game.
You touched on it there, you dominated the ball a lot in the first half, but probably struggled to make any kind of clear-cut opportunities. Was there adjustments made at half-time, or was it just kind of patience shown?
Many here. I could big the staff up and we're doing this and we're doing that. Obviously they set up differently to how we thought they would, so obviously touched on some pressing issues slightly, and outside of that it was just like I said, controlling counter-attacks, dominating the half, phrases that we use a lot, and here I'll obviously watch it back with fresher, calmer eyes. I thought we dominated the half, I was in their half. We lose the ball, there's a clearance, now it's our ball again, we're just up in the game. So little simple things like that. And here, it's the guys, they brought just more gears, and we played our top level. We're a good team.
Yeah, and Mipo Odubeko's had his struggles over the last couple of weeks, but what are your thoughts on his impact off the bench today?
Well, like I said to Mipo, on every media outlet so far, the player doesn't play. The only way to show how angry you are at me is to go out and affect the game. He did it, Ali did it, John O'Sullivan did it. Forgive me if I'm forgetting anyone else. So yeah, he'll be disappointed. He's still adjusting to life slightly in Ireland. It's a totally different animal to what he's used to. He scored a hell of a big goal tonight. He scored a hell of a big goal against Waterford's President's Cup. So he will be disappointed maybe at times over the first block. He's played a big part.
Last one for me, just you spoke about the edge of these Dublin derbies coming into this match, and do you think this match had, especially against Bohs, do you think this match had that?
Yeah, if you didn't feel it, you must have zero emotion in your body.
Damien, you had a bit of a makeshift back three tonight. How do you think Mark Coyle and John Gavin fared kind of moving back, I suppose, into the middle for Sean?
Outstanding. To do what Mark Coyle's done over the last few weeks is incredible. It shows the calibre of the man on and off the pitch. Didn't bat an eyelid, yeah, no problem. He'll play anywhere for the team, for you, for the club. He was absolutely outstanding. You forget about Evan as well. It's back three, it's a back five without the ball. When to jump, when not to jump, winning duels on the side. Played a big part in the goal that we got, the winning goal. So yeah, here I'd single out them two. The other three, Chuck, Cam, Ganna, yeah, they were brilliant, but they should know how to defend. Whereas Coyle or Evan, what they're doing is incredible.
Norris as well, he's still quite young, obviously on loan, but have you thought of his, I suppose, adaptation to the league? Do you think he's settled in well so far?
Yeah, again, it's totally new. It's all he's really had. We had a short loan at Tranmere, in and out of the team, and then after that, academy football, 18s, 23s. Here, it's a kick about in the park. I can play that over there. So this is a different animal, as I said. He's come over, maybe slowly adjusted to what the hell's going on here first few weeks. But again, he's been absolutely outstanding. Lads love him, great character, and he's bought into life. I love when guys come over from England, English players, Scottish players, and they don't look down their nose at it. They buy into the league. That's why Ellis is back here another year. Kerr's bought into it. Mipo, outstanding.
I know you had Sam Bowen on the bench there as well. Is he just still that little bit away from coming back into the team?
He is, yeah. He hasn't really even trained, so it wasn't to fill a spot here under the pump tonight. We potentially might have thrown him on for 5-10 minutes, but at the same time, here, Gano was back last week. No, we stuck with Coyle, our right side centre back, because he was so good. We have a decision to make next week. Sam, do you put him back in? Because Coyle has been immense.
Any more questions in the live section?
Just the one from me. Damien, I thought the supports were absolutely superb throughout tonight. Mark Coyle said before the Pats game that they played a role in a lot of games last season, getting you guys over the line, is what he said. Do you feel like they played a role tonight?
Who said that, sir?
Mark Coyle.
Oh, Mark Coyle. It goes both ways. I'm never one for, the fans together. You have to give the fans something to cheer about. And I think as the game wore on, we gave them more to cheer about, possibly not in the first half, but the second half, the guys were immense, they were dominant, winning tackles, winning 50-50s, like I said, just dominating the game. The fans could smell it, so you always have to give the fans something to shout about. So they worked together, they got us over the line, but here the players do as well.
Thank you. That's the end of the live section. Into the barcode section.
Damien, you said there about the Mipo just adjusting to life back in Ireland. Has you found that difficult?
I've never sat down and had actually a chat about life. I'm just talking from football. No, listen, Mipo's from Dublin. I think he was born and bred in Tallaght. He's a lot of friends here, family, a lot of people care about him. And not only outside the club but in the club as well. What I mean is, here, I know Mipo and I know everything, so I'm going to play every minute, every game. The last couple of weeks he probably disappointed. He didn't start 2 out of 3. The last 2 Dublin Derby. So from that point of view, but at the same time, for how good a player he is, and I always put myself in the player's shoes. He might be slightly disappointed with the first round of games, but again, yes, he's adjusting. But secondly, he's played a big bloody part. President's Cup win, silverware in the Tolka Park, and war for 3 points. Tonight, 3 points. We've put 6 points on the board for us. So I don't underestimate what he's going to bring. All I'll say is he kind of mirrors what I always say about the team every year. The team will always grow and become better and better and better every year. You always have done. There's no debate, and it'll be the same with Mipo.
Are you aware of what Roddy Collins said about before the game?
No?
Called him the worst finisher in Ireland, but then said he'd play him every week.
Well, A, it's a bit contradictory, and B, here I love Roddy. I think it's a really poor comment, really poor, especially about a young boy that's, maybe being a bit lost at times, bouncing from club to club. So I want this to be his club, to give him that foundation and that belief again to kick on his career, hopefully here, or really do well and go back to England. But it's a poor comment, it's an awful comment. You need to do your homework if you're going to come out with big comments like that. Waterford, double movement in the box, side foot finish into the bottom corner to lead. And tonight, I touch on it outside, I'll have to watch it back, but I think it was a toe poke, a little chop. The only person I ever saw do toe pokes was Romario, and he was one of the best strikers ever. So here, poor comment, I love him, but I think he's let himself down there.
Just on the fact that obviously got a one-on-one last week when the keeper made a good save. Just I suppose to come back from that disappointment and next week in the Dublin Derby set, that shows a bit of character.
Yeah, there's many ways you could look at that last week. Can you take it on? Okay, he didn't. You're going to shoot from there. Can he go side foot? Robbie Keane, Robbie always side foot. Okay, he didn't. But Mipo has a hell of a finish, just a slap with his laces. It's going in the bottom corner. Like, it took my breath away to save from the Pats keeper. So was it an awful finish last week? No. So here, Mipo has really played a big part in us so far this season, but I know he'll be slightly disappointed that he wants to play a bigger role, and I've no doubt that he will play a bigger role. But again, just to echo, it's a poor comment, and especially about a young player that's really trying to find his feet in the game.
When you're saying that about performance, even though maybe you haven't had that conversation with life, but have you had that conversation about football, explaining why he wasn't in the team then, and actually giving that reason?
It's always having these chats. So this week, no, I left him alone. There's probably nothing I could tell him. I could jazz it up all I want. Sometimes you just leave them. So I left him. I didn't say a word to him, because you're going to get a reaction tonight. He knew he was going to be first out on the pitch. And here he'll know, because he backs himself heart to heart, he'll get his winner. Here, you talk about feeling alive, he'll feel alive tonight, scoring a winner in the Shels Bohs Derby. Wow. So, listen, all the guys get airtime, and then as a manager, as a coach, it's up to me when to speak to them and how to speak to them. It's not always constant love, it might be the other way.
You mentioned the finish there, the box seemed so crowded, but he managed to find a pocket of space, chink back onto his right foot, and it's an incredible finish.
Yeah, I was finishing the President's Cup. It was a back heel as well, so here. We're answering our own question regarding what was said in the studio. So, no, sometimes we have a lot of signs up in the staff room, you know, gripping the bat too tight, maybe slashing at a chance because he wants it so bad. He's a young player, and I will never, ever criticise a player for missing a chance. And B, if anybody ever says anything about any of my players, I'll go for them as well. So, Mipo, the lot of them, they're my boys and I look after them.
Like, he didn't really celebrate, he just, it looked like there was relief. Like a newfound, I know he scored in Waterford, he hadn't scored here. The President, did you get the sense from him that he wanted to get that done as strikers do? No?
Yeah, Mipo's all about goal. I love about him, it's just business. He wants goals and assists, and you know, it's having that calm. Like I'll say again, he's young and wanting it so bad. Sometimes when you want things so bad, it mightn't actually happen so it's just having that bit of calmness, and we'll help him all we can. He didn't celebrate. He's probably angry. You know, he wants to start. Biggest game of the season, you'd say. Biggest game in Ireland tonight. So there's probably a bit of everything in it. Emotion, relief, F off, duffer, everything. But I've no doubt tonight when he's gone to sleep, here will he sleep, because he'd be like a young boy, the buzz and the excitement of doing what he did.
How do you assess things after the first series of games?
It's obviously going to be a different season to last season. Obviously we came out of the traps last season. So as I told the guys yesterday, to win the league this year, you're going to have to win it different. One thing you'll have to do is come out on top of Dublin Derbies. Here we did that tonight. Obviously win more games than maybe we did in the first round, but I think it's still a very good start. The two games that maybe let ourselves down, draw the Cork, 2 home games. Here, home or away, we want to win, but 6 points, we got 1. But no, the lads have been brilliant. And again, the line I say every year, we're only going to get better and better.
What's the prognosis on those? How long is it?
Here, Sod's Law, he gets in the team because of injuries, and on Monday I think he just a slightly fracture in his 5th met, I think. So, but it's here. It sounds bad, but it's actually not bad. He's in a boot at the moment, and hopefully be back here certainly before the break, 4 or 5 weeks. So I feel for him because here, sliding doors moment, the door's gone the opposite way. So, but again, the finish, Coyle comes in tonight, a defensive midfielder, and plays middle centre back in a 5-3-2 system. Incredible.
Just on Mark, how
On who?
on Mark Coyle, how do you as a coach actually help him like understand that position and what he has to do? Is it extra work you have to do with him, or is it video stuff as well, or like, how do you actually?
Well, here he was more than likely playing right centre back. One day he was a right centre back. We got the injury, then he moves into the middle. Gano comes in. For me, it's just reps. So when you're designing the session, okay, how many reps can you give the guys? So it would be absolutely ridiculous of me to go, Joey, step aside here. I'm going to teach Mark Coyle how to be a centre back in a week. So I'll ask Joey to maybe do something, design the session again. Reps. Without the ball. Then yesterday we do our walkthrough, how we're going to play, trying to talk it. Okay, Mark, you position him when we have the ball, position him without the ball. So, just coaching and just reps. So it's not we just haven't just plant him in there. He's and I here the sign of the top player always for me is a sponge. You tell him one thing, just takes it on. Care probably similar as well. You tell Care just in passing, he just do it. Sign of a top player.
Thank you, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks.
See you, Stephen.
Thanks, man. Cheers.